Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Lavinia and I post beauty videos regarding makeup and skincare 3 times a week, every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love for you to join my channel by hitting the big red subscribe button. So today, as you can see, I'm going to be recreating Madison Beer's makeup look, the one she did with Vogue, where she showed everyone her everyday makeup. And I've seen her video all over TikTok. Everyone's recreating this look. So I thought, you know what? Let me try it out. Let me see what I can do with this. So obviously my makeup is already done right now, but I'm going to be taking you guys through the whole makeup tutorial. And the twist for my video is I'm going to be showing you how to do this look on acne and on scarring textured skin. Now I do have a lot of acne scarring and I do break out a lot, so I'm going to show you how to do Madison Beer's look but on texture and acne prone skin. And I'm also going to be using all affordable products in this video today so that you guys can mimic her look with maybe more affordable options. So yeah, if you want to see me try out Madison Beer's Vogue everyday makeup routine, just keep on watching.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets.
Alright guys, so I have my laptop right here in front of me and let's get to watching this. Guide to Easy Blush and Soap Brows.
Hey guys, it's Madison Beer and I'm here today to show you my everyday skincare and makeup routine. The first thing that I do when I wake up is I immediately wash my face.
So I have already done all my skincare today except for SPF, so I'm just going to do that real quick. I use the Neutrogena SPF 50. This is the mineral zinc one. And if you're wondering about the rest of my skincare routine, it's all listed down below. Just gonna apply this. Alright, so I'm gonna fast forward in the video to when she's actually doing her makeup.
First step of my makeup routine, which this is a very, very new thing I've initiated into my makeup. I've not always done this and I'm obsessed with it. I used to have really out of control eyebrows. So I started waxing them and I immediately made them way too thin for my own good. And then I started letting them grow out because any makeup artist I would work with would always be like, you have such great eyebrows, let them grow out. So I let them grow out, and now this amazing trend of soap brows, which whoever came up with that is genius. It's literally a block of soap. Take a spoolie brush and you really get soap in there. Just brush through your eyebrows.
Now, I don't personally like doing the soap because it doesn't last on me as long, but something that I have been using recently is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. This is going to do a very similar thing, but this is just going to last a little bit longer than the typical soap. But first off, I'm going to fill in my brows a little bit. Hers are a little thicker than mine. So I'm just using my NYX micro brow pencil and I'm just going to run through them, making like hair-like strokes. Then I just grab a spoolie, so similar to what she does. I just go right on there. And then sometimes I'll just put it into the cap to really get it dispersed on the spoolie. And then I'll just brush up through my eyebrows. And then I'll go along the top. And I think the thing I love about this whole trend, soap brows, or whether you use a gel or whatever you like to use, it's kind of that idea of just like full eyebrows. They don't have to be like carved out and perfect. So I do really like that. Let's see what's next.
Foundation technically is a skin tint, is what it's called.
Okay. And she goes in with that all over.
It's supposed to just even out your skin tone.
Okay, perfect.
I actually really like the way it looks.
All right, so for the skin tint, I don't have the exact one she used, and I do want to keep this video pretty affordable for you guys. So I'm going to be using the Milani Glow skin tint, just because I recently got it and I feel like it's really close in formula. Like from what I'm seeing of how her skin tint is sitting on the skin and how it didn't provide a lot of coverage, this is what I'm going to use. And she used a sponge. All right, there we have that skin tint, a little bit of that nice glowiness on the skin. So let's see what the next step is.
Because I like doing makeup. That was custard, and then I use ginger as well. I use it for like more just covering my spots
What I'm going to be using instead of the NARS one today is the E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer under my eyes. I love this one, and it's just such a lightweight concealer that still gives good coverage, and she really went in under the eyes. I don't usually apply that much, but we're just going to follow that, and then she kind of took it out like that. The other side too, and like out here. She went on the forehead, the nose, the chin. Then she took another concealer, which is not as light and closer to her skin color. I'm going to be using the Its U Sistar Cosmetics Skin Perfecting HD Concealer in the shade Ivory. I really like this one for face coverage, so I'm going to use this on my spots. She kind of put this anywhere she had like redness, pimples, and then she just took the sponge and started under the eyes and blended this out. Now, did she go on her eyelids? From what I can see, it does look like she carried a bit of it onto her eyelids, so I'm gonna do that. I usually put a lot on my eyelids, but I'm just gonna do a bit today. Around the nose. Alright, so there we go, and I can still kind of see her skin peeking through, so I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. You know, you can still see like my acne and scarring and all of that, but I'm gonna leave it that way. And honestly, this is something I really like to do too, like go pretty light with the face makeup and then more spot conceal, so I really like that. Let's see what's next.
I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury, I think they're called glow sticks, contour wands. I use it very sparingly because a little goes a long way.
I'm gonna be using the E.L.F. contour kit. It's not like a liquid like she used, but it's a cream. And I'm gonna dip slightly into this shade right here. I don't typically use creams, but it might be nice for like the summer and everything. I'm gonna go in, and she kind of just applied it first, so I'm gonna do that with a brush. On the forehead too. I'm gonna take my sponge and pat this into the skin. Oh, that actually blended out nicely. Like, it looks really fresh and more natural than a powder.
So that's my cream contour. So I start with all cream-based products first. Again, this might be criminal and really wrong to do it this way, but this is the way that works for me. I also completely blush up my nose like I'm a cartoon character. It gives me happiness.
I'm gonna be using the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Bliss for this, and it's kind of like a similar peachy pink color that she used. And pat it in. I think I want even more pink to kind of match her look better. I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop blush stick in the shade Aloha. I'm gonna go right in with this. A lot of blush, like she mentioned. I think it's a really like pretty look, especially for the summer, and it just gives you a really nice glow.
Now I'm gonna go in with powder.
Okay.
Weird order of operations is about to go down, just warning everybody.
I'll usually use a loose powder, but she did use a compact, so I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Foundation. I'm gonna grab like a fluffy powder brush similar to the one she used. I guess mine's a bit bigger. I'm gonna go under the eyes. I'm gonna do the eyelids as well too, because mine tend to crease. So she mostly does for T-zone. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna use my beloved bronze booster in the shade of Bronzer, just because I love this. Dip in with a nice fluffy brush. She didn't actually set like any of this, so I'm curious to see how this kind of fluffs on. Then she took a nice small brush, grabbed just a bit of it, use this to lightly contour her nose and go underneath too, which will give the illusion of like a shorter nose.
And you can never have too much blush in my world, so I just throw it on and I just make it as obnoxiously blushy as possible without looking too crazy.
All right, I'm going to use the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula in the shade Vintage Rose. She does really pack it on, so I'm gonna pick quite a bit up on my brush. And she just goes right over any of the blush she applied previously to further enhance it.
I'm using this shade in my palette, and I'm gonna use a little bit of this one as well, and I'm just mixing the two, and I'm going just into the crease of my eyes right here.
I'll be using my Most Loves Matte palette from Milani. I'm gonna mix this taupey shade with the orange over here, tap off the excess, and just go into the crease. And then she took the lighter cream shades. I'm gonna mix these two from this palette. And she went on the lid.
This Morphe Madison Beer brush, this is the best eyeshadow color in the world. So I use this brush for my inner corner, and that is it. And this is what I do. So I always try to look down or like center. What I do is I'll look and I will imagine if I had a really long eyelash coming out from here, like where would it sit and what would it look like? And so I see like a line in my head and then I just follow that.
So let's do the little inner corner. So I'm going to take the brown down here on a very similar brush. I've been trying this recently, but I think I have a pretty different eye shape. So let's see. I'm going to start mine a little more in. And I'm going to bring this down. I think that worked. Let's try to mimic it now on the other side. I'm going to try to do the analogy she made. Connecting it like right here. She doesn't take it out too far. Like she literally just does just a tiny little bit. And then she also has way darker like eyelash hairs, so it kind of looks like she has a natural liner. So I'm going to kind of mimic that with the eyeshadow and kind of put it super close in my waterline. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Enlighten. I find it interesting that she goes in with a cream after powder, but we'll try it out. So she kind of dots it, pretty heavy-handed there.
I double up on highlighter a little bit. I really like this Glossier one. It's called Play, I think. And it's a very similar thing to what I just did, but it's a slight variation in pigment, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna do the Milani Strobe Light highlighter since this one's a bit more on the warm side, and I'm actually gonna apply it straight to the blender since it's a very metallic highlighter. See how this one's a little more golden in tone? So.
It's called the Lash Slick by Glossier, and it makes my eyelashes look like eyelash extensions. It just fills them out so much.
My favorite right now is the Superstar from L'Oreal. I definitely would use this one, but I don't have a new one open right now, so I'm just gonna use a Bare Minerals mascara, but because I like to finish my mascaras before I open a new one. But the L'Oreal one is definitely that kind of lash extension experience she was talking about.
I want my highlighter.
Okay.
And I use this color right here, which I made sure that I would have something that I could use in my inner corner in this palette. And so I throw this into the inner corner.
It looks like she was using some type of shimmery shade, so I'm going to use my Milani Dolce highlighter on a tiny little brush. And she puts it like down here, kind of.
This is my favorite lip liner because it matches my lip tone and I can get away with overlining my lips a lot and it doesn't really show.
So she goes in with kind of a mauve shade. I'm going to use this Essence lip liner in the shade Satin Mauve because it's a similar color. And she overlines a little bit.
And I really like to get that Cupid's bow. I put it on like my lip liner on my skin, but once you put lip gloss on top of that, it looks like your lip.
It looks like a warmer tone, clearish lip gloss, so I'm gonna use this Milani one. This is the Keep It Full lip gloss in the shade Natural Luster. Gonna apply a lot.
Give myself a spray of the same stuff I used at the beginning, a light spray.
To finish off this look, I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty setting spray. Alright guys, so here is the finished Madison Beer makeup look. I feel very glowy, very different from my usual style of makeup, but I'm not hating it, you know? I'm happy that I got to try this and try something new. Alright guys, so what do you think of this look? Are you liking it? Do you like my usual makeup more? Is it too dewy? What do you think? I like it. I definitely think what I would change is set the face a little bit more, maybe not use as many cream products. But overall I feel very summery. I feel very like fresh faced, even though it's like a full face of makeup. The eyes are very different. I feel very fierce right now, like I could do anything, just because I never wing them out this much, but it's kind of different and I'm liking it. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. All the products that I did use in this video will be linked down below in the description if you're interested in checking them out. The links do help me out a little bit, but no pressure at all there. If you want to see more videos like this, give this video a thumbs up and also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on my post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And yeah guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me